Good day to all of you. My name is Juan Jose Gutierrez and I'm your instructor for this semester. We're switching gears. We're moving from the first unit to the second unit. While in the first unit our focus was on just exploring basic definitions on what is anthropology and just sort of present to you an opportunity to reflect on what do we mean when we talk about the human experience, right? Now we're moving to another set of modules that will help us have a conversation on the identity and nature of the human species. The identity and nature of the human species. Clearly, we want you to think and see humans as part of the whole of the creation, if you like, of the planet. And so what's our identity? What makes us different, special, unique? And what is the nature of being human? I think this will be a fascinating set of modules, and I hope to get you engaged, to be engaged in it. The first of the modules that we're going to work on is the one that asks the question, what's our place in nature? So what are the other animals that we're more closely related to, and what's the meaning of that, right? A second module will explore our bipedality, that is the fact that we walk into using our legs, not the four limbs, and whether or not that has a relationship with our large brain, which is the largest compared to any other animal in the planet. We have a close one with the elephants, but we're the one that has specialized that part of its system. Then we move into another one that is an interesting module, I would say, that is the one that talks about sexuality. And because we have this really complex relationship between our biological nature and our cultural nature, then sexuality becomes all the more complex and interesting and fascinating. So it's an invitation for us to consider that realm that is so ever present in the life of humans, and that it's also so fascinating. Anthropology has done a lot of work in terms of sexuality and the origins and what it implies and what is the meaning of what's going on there. And last but not least, we are going to talk about biological diversity and the concept of race, which is a very problematic concept and one that I would like to explore with you in depth, so that you can see why talking about race is always problematic and interesting, and what's the relationship or difference with what we call human diversity. So let's that's the overview of the entire module, the entire unit, but let's talk about the module. So this module is called Our Place in Nature. So we're going to see how humans are placed in that it's not a tree, it's more like a bush with all kinds of branches of animals and species in the planet that you can count in the billions. We are closely related to a whole branch of that is the branch of the primate species, more than 200 different species of primates. And anthropology has spent substantial time studying and understanding primates, because in a way it's studying ourselves. There's a really interesting author whose name is Emil Durkheim. He came up with this idea that to understand, for example, complex institutions and structures such as religion, one thing that we can do is to go to more simple forms, more elementary forms, in this case of religious life, so that we can then extrapolate and be better endowed to understand more complex structures. So think of it this way: we explore other primates because we can see in them things that are happening to us and better understand that. With this, I'm gonna let you start exploring the module. As usual, I'm gonna ask you to first take a look at the learning objectives, and it really helps when you look at the learning objectives, because that way you can clearly see what is it that we're after here, and it will help you stay focused on what's at hand in this particular module. There will be a lecture that I'm going to be recording for you, that I have already recorded. I hope you enjoyed that lecture. When you participate in the lectures, please take notes, and because some of the issues that I'm explaining there are definitely part of what we're going to be assessing you later on. Then there comes the section on discovery with materials that I have presented to you. Of course, the textbook, the chapter that gives a really nice overview of each of the modules of this second unit. And then we will engage, as we normally do, in comparative learning with the journaling. And I have interesting questions for you this time around. I will ask you to take, as usual, the assessment quiz again to make sure that I have a sense of how much you're retaining and being able to really learn, hopefully, concepts that will remain with you and will be part of your conceptual toolkit as you move forward with your professional life. And then we'll do some more problem solving with your recordings that I'm always enjoying reading and listening to. And then I'd like for you to give me some feedback so that I can continue improving on this course as we move along the semester. Great. Enjoy the session, and I do hope you like it. Let's get some music going, shall we? See you later.